I'm your host, Dr. Love, Big Al.
And I'm your co-host, Charmin Charles. Good evening, Albert.
How you doing, Charles? How you doing, my friend?
Doing real good, doing real good.
It's an exciting day. We've got two great events in March. You know, March 24th at the Metro Sports Center here in Evansville, Indiana. We've got the NFW, NFW Presents Reckless Revenge. We got the NFW Title Rumble going on. And now we got another event, March the 1st. United We Stand for Holy Spirit Church. It's going to be great. And I'll tell you what, Charles, we've got an awesome tag team put together for that March the 1st event. You're not going to believe who this tag team is. It's great. It's awesome, and I can't believe it. I mean, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And the tag team. Hey, we got a call coming in. Maybe it might be Flash or somebody. I'll go ahead and click it over. Hello?
Big Al and Charmin Charles. No.
Oh, yeah, oh no.
Don't worry, I'm actually calling to say I enjoyed your interview with Mr. Rob Conway last week. Did a very, very good job interviewing Rob Conway, but there's just a couple little facts that you guys may have not had the guts to ask.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I noticed is I have been telling everyone in the film when checks out my Facebook at JohnnyRichard@Facebook.com. You can see I asked the question if people could trust Rob Conway or not, because the fact of the matter is on March the 24th at the Metro Sports Center, the Iron Man will join the Rich Revolution. And I have proof. I have proof to show all the doubters. For any one of you who go and you check out a little bit of Rob Conway's history, you know, when he came to New Focus Wrestling, he wasn't the most loved guy. You know, he came in and he didn't care about the fans. You know, it's why would you? But either way, Rob Conway used to be part of a group in Ohio Valley Wrestling along with Damaja and Doug Basham called the Revolution. No way associated with us, but with the Revolution. So just to give you a heads up, if he was already with one revolution, why wouldn't he join another? Well, maybe he's changed his ways. He realizes that he can't go through life stepping on people like that. But you seen what the first revolution did for him, didn't you? He got a WWE contract. He did WrestleMania. He was in the garden because of the first revolution. Just think what the Rich Revolution can do for the Iron Man this time around. Well, Rich, you can sit there and say all you want to, but like they say, till I see it, I'll believe it. But until then, nah, I ain't buying it. And see there?
I don't believe it either.
There you two go again, wanting to hide the truth.
What's past is past. Now we're talking about the present right now, and we know who Rob loves.
We're going to talk about the past. Let's talk about the past. How about we do what everyone wants to seem to, they want to hide. Why don't you speak about what Master Rich has done in the past? Why don't we tell these people about the matches I had with Pondo? Why don't we tell these people about the match I had with Necro Butcher, and the company at the time had TV, and they said that our match was too violent for TV. And after I got a concussion that night, as I walked backstage, you know how much I got paid that night? I got a pat on the back and, hey, thanks, kid, thanks for coming. But did that stop me? No. I kept going on. I went and I wrestled Gator McAllister. I wrestled Billy Black. I put on a match where the people said it was a wrestling purist dream match with myself and J.C. Bailey. Or how about my matches with Chris Hero, with CM Punk? How about with Corporal Robinson when I bled buckets all through the arena? Or how about, even more recently, how about my matches with Rob Conway, with Simon Dean, with Kevin Thorne, with Eugene, Brian Christopher, Bill Dundee, that jackass Jamie Dundee?
Hey, Rich?
What?
What? Yeah. You're right. You know, them matches were awesome, and you showed a lot of skills and a lot of guts and a lot of toughness. But you got to remember, you were backed by a lot of people and mostly the fans, and they really loved you, you know, when you was doing that. Now it's like, you know, your attitude, everything. I mean, Charles, if you want to cut, he's got me so tongue-tied now. I mean, I don't know how to take him anymore.
Well, Rich has certainly made some accomplishments. When I met Rich, it was like 12 years ago. And he was a small-sized kid. He had the heart, though. He had the heart of a lion. He came around. He did whatever it took. Like he said, I've seen him have concussions. I've seen him hurt. I've seen the kid hurt so bad one night that he sat on the steps, nursed his arm. As soon as it was time to go out, he was out there ready to go with an attitude. And as a matter of fact, he won the match that night. But the way you're acting now, Rich, I don't know. I mean, you act to me, and I don't mean as I offend you, but you act like a man possessed. What's going on in your head? I can't even talk to you anymore. I have seen exactly what I've had to do. It's Vince McMahon said it best a few years back in ruthless aggression. I mean, you look at what I've done in the ring, and you know the people don't really understand what I've done business-wise either. Business-wise, I'm no different business-wise than I am out there in front of these people. Business-wise, I came in when Jerry Lawler and the Jarretts took their ball and left Evansville and went home. I came in and I started the only, notice I said only, profitable wrestling promotion ever in Evansville, Indiana. That's true. I made Evansville, Indiana a hot spot for wrestling. And sure, we got a bunch of nickel and dime guys that's trying to ride my coattails since then, try to take the heat. But no one has cut it because they do not have the drive. They do not have the ruthless aggression. They do not have the attitude of the Revolution or of Master Rich. Well, that's true, Rich, but just remember this. You did really good, and I won't take that away from you. I'm proud to be a part of the NFW Nation. But without those fans, none of us are anything.
That's right.
You agree, Albert?
I totally agree, Rich. I mean, I totally agree, Charles. I totally agree.
The fans, sooner or later, will open their eyes. As I said the last time I talked to you guys, the fans of the Revolution aren't just fans, they're children of the Revolution.
Now, I know one of them, you know, Michael Wheeler, you really got him brainwashed, Rich. He is really, that poor guy, he's got a good future ahead of him. He's a young kid, and now he practically worships the ground you walk on.
But Michael's a great guy. He's smart. He's seen the light. He's seen the style. He's seen what he had to do to further the world of professional wrestling. Guys like Michael Wheeler, he's on the RR bandwagon. A young lady named Amanda, she's on the RR bandwagon. Tina's on the RR bandwagon. The list goes on and on and on and on. The crowd is finally seeing a little more, a little more, a little more. And the fact of the matter is, this come March the 24th, I wouldn't be surprised if every single one of them people out there finally open their eyes and they're wearing a Rich Revolution t-shirt come March 24th. Well, Rich, I'll tell you this. You have aligned yourself with some great talent. I mean, it's the thing that really disturbs me. You got this beautiful young lady, Miss Alita Ortiz, with you. And I don't know. I just hope you don't warp her. I mean, what is this children, what is this all about your children? This, every great family, you can even compare it to wrestling. Where you look at the Guerrero family, and you look at the Hart family, and so on and so on. They were all led and disciplined by their father. And I am taking the role of the father for the children of the Revolution to show them exactly what needs to be done, exactly what needs to be set in place, and exactly what they need to encounter and to accept to carry on into this new era of professional wrestling and this new era of the world itself. Well, yeah, it sounds like they've been drinking Kool-Aid. I don't know. We'll see March 24th, you know. And as far as Rob Conway, you got to remember, I've been with both of you guys. Rob Conway, I'll tell you what, he is Rob Conway. Whether he's on that side, the people can see through Rob. Rob is what Rob is. He said that other night in the interview. He is Rob Conway. If you get along with him, treat him right, everything's going his way, then you got the Iron Man. If you want to push him, take him to limits where he don't want to be, he's still the Iron Man. So basically, he hasn't really changed. He's still the same guy. It's just how people push his buttons. But don't think that he's going to lay down for you 1 minute, because he won't.
He's one tough customer.
That's right.
No one knows Rob Conway better than I do. I wrestled him for a year before we teamed up. We teamed up for almost a year. Now, for some reason, he won't open his eyes yet until March 24th. Now, I even went as far to go to New Albany and wrestle him in OVW. I beat him in his hometown. Something that hasn't been done since CM Punk was in OVW. Just to prove him my point. And after all of this, after New Year's Eve, on New Year's Day, I got the call. I got the confirmation to say that the Iron Man will join the Rich Revolution March 24th.
I'm not buying it till I see it with my own two eyes. How about you, Albert?
I don't believe either. And Rich, you're going on about how you led this, you led that. Have you forgot who helped you out when you first got started? Do you know who was your manager when you won your first title match? Who was your manager when you beat CM Punk, Necro Butcher, and when you was in heavy matches and main event matches? Have you forgotten who led you that? And have you forgotten who got you out of that little GQ polo outfit you had? Your mama wanted you out of because you was running your good Sunday clothes and put you in a wrestling outfit. Have you forgot the man who helped you do that?
I have not forgotten anything that happened in the past. Unfortunately, maybe you have forgotten who took you for the ride.
Hey, Charles, I give up. I mean, it's a lost cause. I mean...
I think what he's asking you, do you know who your first manager was?
I know exactly who my first manager was.
Well, I'm glad.
I know exactly who my first manager was. You know, and Al, I don't take anything away for what you did, because at one point you were a smart guy. And now all of a sudden you're spreading love and crabs and STDs and whatever else you're spreading around. But Al, you should have been the first one. When I formed the Revolution, you should have been the first one to join the Revolution.
And turn your back on the people. Turn your back on NFW Nation. They're the ones who come in, who make this business big and strong. They're the ones who support us. They're the ones who help us make the events great because of them being there watching and supporting everybody. I mean, I cannot turn, and I know Charles feels the same way about turning our backs on our fans.
I never turned my back on the fans. The fans turned their back on me, and now part of them are coming to realization of the truth of professional wrestling and are turning their way back toward Master Rich and the Revolution.
Well, Rich, you're certainly headstrong, and I got to say, there's got to be something said. You believe in what you're doing, and you are successful, so I can't argue with you on that point. But like I said, man, there's a lots of young people out there that really look up to you, and I just don't know if this is the right kind of. Speaking of which, you're going back to your school, am I correct? Where you haven't been in how long? 16 years?
Almost 16 years going back to Holy Spirit, the school I went to, and hopefully that night I can spread the way of the Revolution and teach these kids young, and even reteach some of the teachers that was there when I was there.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I mean, you look at who we got now.
Okay, hey, Rich.
You mentioned Alita and the younger guys. You look at guys like Dyer and Flint. You look at guys like Tempest. You look at guys like Johnny Whiplash. You look at Alita. You look at Epiphany. And you look at this young group of hungry people who want to make a name.
I'm taking nothing from you on that one. I told you that.
And you see, do you think they would be where they're at if it wasn't for me right now?
You're right. I mean, in a way, you're right. In a way, you're not. But I mean, yeah, you got them tough and mean and got them really going. You know, you got into their head. And yeah, March 24th, it's going to be something else because every event there's more and more people joining you. I give you that much credit. You're doing something.
Even Doug and Tommy, the legends, they realized it. Vic the Bruiser realized it. You know, and on March the 24th, I can guarantee you that the Iron Man will realize it. I'll even go one step further. If the Iron Man does not join the Rich Revolution on March 24th, every member of the Revolution will shave their head bald.
Oh, that's all we need is a bunch of eggheads.
Well, you better get those old clippers.
Yeah.
You better get them. So sharpen up, my friend.
Okay, hey, Rich.
You what?
Here we go. What are you going to do in the NFW? Okay, March 24th, NFW presents Reckless Revenge in Metro Center. During the NFW Title Rumble, what are you going to do if the only ones left are every member of the Rich Revolution?
They know their role.
They know, okay.
If it comes down to the Revolution, in all honesty, I'm a four-time NFW World Heavyweight Champion. In all honesty, I'm the greatest professional wrestler in the universe. I can take that World Championship anytime I want to. As long as the Revolution walks out with that World Heavyweight Championship on March 24th, it doesn't really matter to me who wins it, as long as it's our member.
I tell you what, I don't know what thing. I mean, yeah, NFW Nation, March 24th, NFW presents Reckless Revenge. You got plenty of matches, plus you got the NFW Title Rumble.
March 1st, I'm going to try to teach another young fella.
And yeah, March the 1st, Holy Spirit, United We Stand, Holy Spirit, to benefit the church and the school.
And I will be wrestling at Conway that night.
You'll be, oh, okay, that'd be great, Coach.
Master Rich will take on a young Sean Conway.
Sean Conway. And I heard a lot about him. I'll tell you what, Rich, don't sell him short because his mentor is Rob and his trainer is also Rob and Eugene, so you're going to have your hands full.
I beat Rob and Eugene, so that doesn't bother me none.
Oh, hey,
You gotta
Charles.
remember, though, he's a very nice young man. I spoke with him.
He's
a very
great.
nice kid.
I'll put the kid over. He's a very nice kid. He doesn't really know the business yet. And I'm sure once he's in it long enough, he'll understand, just like I finally understood all about this. But I'm
Well,
hoping.
Rich, I'll tell you, like I said, you're just not the same guy that I knew coming into this
No, he's
business.
not.
But I guess you got to do what you got to do.
That's right. Hey, Charles.
Just remember, and I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah,
One day you will be alone.
that's right.
To wonder where everybody went. It's happened to everybody. Kevin Sullivan,
That's right.
same one.
He's a nice
The Horseman. I could go on and on, but just remember, it's lonely.
You just compare us to the Horsemen.
Well, I'm just saying,
A bunch of old war stuff has been.
Oh, no. Now you're going too far.
Oh,
Now you're going too far.
Boy who had to steal his name off of Buddy Rogers, Ric Flair, to Tully Blanchard, who if he wasn't carrying Arn Anderson's bags would never got TV spot.
oh my God.
And if Arn Anderson wasn't related to the Booker, he'd never been on TV either.
Albert, I've had it with this guy. You take over.
The only person that's ever been a
Okay, hey,
Horseman
Rich.
that made any sense
Okay.
was Ryan Pillman.
We gave you your interview. We let you speak your piece. We're getting ready to spread the love with Charles. Do you have one last word for the NFW Nation before we go?
Do I?
Yes, sir.
Come and see me destroy Sean Conway on March the 1st. Watch me destroy Jay Mills, probably by himself if the Iron Man joins, like he says, on March the 26th. And then watch the Revolution become the NFW World Heavyweight Champion. No questions asked.
Okay. Charles, March the 1st, United We Stand, Holy Spirit Church. You're going to see Rich going up against Sean Conway. You're going to see a great tag team. Rob Conway and the Canadian Kid are going to team up and going against Blazing Money. I'll tell you what, that's going to be one, that match there, that's going to be exciting. So them two matches there are going to make it worthwhile to go to that event. Then again, March 24th, NFW presents Reckless Revenge, the NFW Title Rumble. Plus, we got a lot of other matches along with that, too. We'll go over that probably next week, next few shows. We'll go over all them matches. But, Charles, I don't know what else to say. I'm about tongue-tied again. Like I said, I got one major headache now. You want to spread the love, my friend?
Well, before we do that, Albert, I do want to say this right here. Like I said, I just don't know about Rich, but I will tell you this. Come March 1st, that's a good cause. It's a benefit for the school.
That's right.
Want to see everybody out there, all the NFW Nation.
Yeah.
Plus, we'll see all the people for the school there, all the students.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, Master Rich might get out there and he might run his mouth, but you just remember, his old teachers are going to be there.
That's right.
And he just might, he might get a little jerked back into reality, you know what I'm saying?
I hope. Okay, my friend, it's your turn.
Well, all right, Albert. Just remember, NFW Nation, don't fight amongst yourselves.
Spread your lies.
Oh, my God.
Good night, folks.